Hello guys, and welcome back. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. You're all staying safe, all that good stuff. So today we've got quite a bit on the go. The first thing we have to do is we have to get 2 loads, so like 8 yards of gravel into my lake lot to set the base for our deck expansion job that we're doing. So we're going to be using the 19 350, of course, and we're going to be using the Big Tex 14LX dump trailer. Now, I've had this dump trailer for like 5 years now, and this is probably the best piece of equipment I've ever bought. It is indestructible. This thing is unbelievable. I've put this through its paces tenfold, and it just keeps going. So here's what we got. First, our tow rig is the 2019 F350 6.7 Power Stroke XLT Premium. And our trailer we're using is the Big Tex 14LX. Now, like I said, guys, I have used this thing hard. You'll see in a moment what my road into my camp is like. It's rough. And then you throw 10,000 pounds of gravel on the back of this, it makes it that much worse. I built basically my entire camp road with this trailer. And this truck and my 09 350 that I had. It has been tortured. So you can see it's dinged up. You know, I've dropped some rocks on it. The paint's starting to chip away a little bit. It's got some character, that's for sure. It's hard to go. The door was ripped off once. The guys tipped her up. It didn't lock the door, and then they took off, and then one door got tore off. This one right here, you can see where it's welded. I'm missing my handle right now. You know, there's a few little things that keeps this thing from being perfect, but man, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. You will see when we get back there that it is rough. It is extremely rough. 5-year review on this thing, and I can tell you, if you're looking for a dump trailer, do not hesitate. Buy one of these things. I can't believe what this thing has gone through, and it keeps going. Original everything except for brakes. Obviously swapped a couple tires out because I punctured a couple tires and they've worn out, but no axle replacements, nothing. I would say this thing probably has 200,000 miles on it. It's been to New Brunswick probably 30 times. It's been to Cape Breton probably 10 times. It's been on the road a lot, and I honestly can't believe how well it's holding up, to be honest. I figured I would have had to buy 2 by now. But nope, still going. Gen Y torsion hitch, I'll do a separate review on that. That thing is pretty goddamn amazing. It was expensive. I've had that for 4 years now. It still works perfect. You go out and buy a cheap hitch, and they break. They don't last worth crap. This thing is holding up, and it does take a lot of that jerkiness out of the truck that comes through from the trailer. But anyway, guys, let's jump in the truck, head to the quarry. We'll get the gravel. All right, boys, here we are, waiting for our load. Here's where our springs are at. Let's take a look and see where she's at once we get 10,000 pounds of gravel on the back of her. All right, boys, we are loaded. I'll show you when I get to my house and grab my dogs where the truck is sitting right now. But he definitely put a little more weight on the front than what I would have done myself. So we do have quite a bit of tongue weight, I can guarantee you that. And he's got it over to the passenger side a little bit further than what I'd like. You can tell by the tires on that side are weighed down a bit more. I did raise the trailer up a little bit, you know, because when it's empty you want the trailer to be a little bit high so that when it's loaded it's level. And it is tipping down just slightly. So he's got quite a bit of weight on the front of the trailer and not much on the back. Which, when I get back to the lake, I hope to God that there's not too much weight on there on the front, because the thing won't even dump if it's... Anyway, we'll have to see. We will have to see. As far as the truck goes, you know, here we are. We've got about 14,000 pounds behind us, 8 yards of gravel. You're looking at about 2,200 pounds per yard, roughly. You know, so that's 9,000 pounds. So we're, you know, somewhere 14,000 pounds total with the trailer behind the truck right now. And we're at a stop here with a little bit of a with a little bit of a grade. So we'll see how the truck acts here. So of course I got it in tow haul. I got my brake gain turned up to 8.5, and I've got my exhaust brake on. So I got a question the other day from Full Tilt Grading. He asked me about the exhaust brake. He said on his truck it doesn't really seem like it does a whole lot, so he doesn't use it much. So when I'm just putting around like this, and I'm going to be starting and stopping quite often, you know, I'm not going to have one consistent speed. I use it in the on position because you're always fluctuating. You know, it's going to be engaging quite a bit. I do find that it does work, you know, between the exhaust brake, engine brake, whatever you want to call it, engine brake actually in the Fords, and, you know, just the tow haul downshifting. It does work quite well, I find. But if I'm on the highway and I'm using cruise control and I'm trying to keep a consistent speed, then I'll put it in automatic, because once the truck recognizes the speed you're trying to travel at, it will do its best to hold you on that speed. So it won't engage unless it has to. And it picks that speed, and it's going to do its best to keep you at that speed, which cruise control does, you know, by itself, but the engine brake also recognizes that. So if I'm on the highway, typically I use it in automatic, but if I'm just putting around like this, then I use it in on. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go to the house, pick up my dogs, take them in for a run, and get on that road and beat the crap out of this equipment a little bit more, because that's what I do. Alright boys, take a look. There's a lot of weight up here, nothing in the back. And then take a look, a lot of weight on this side, basically nothing on this side. So this side is carrying a lot of the weight. You can see the tires sort of bulging a bit. Not much going on over here. But anyway, what I'm going to try to do is something that is a bit risky. So I'm going to try to tip the trailer up, slide some of that gravel to the back. First off, we'll find out if it will even lift it with so much weight at the front. See how much more weight's on that side? Yeah. It's not gonna do it. So I need to shovel it. Alright boys. Oh, out of breath. So I evened her out quite a bit. You can still see there's more on this side than on this side, but at least I pushed some in the back, pushed some in the sides. It's not all on the front and all on one side. There is still a bit more weight on this side for sure, but going back this road, if I have all the weight on this side or most of the weight, there's a lot of sharp, jaggy rocks and stuff. I will lose a tire for sure. I'm not saying I won't lose a tire, but my chances are much better of surviving the trip now than what it was before. I haven't checked to see if it will dump yet, but I'm assuming it will. So now it's time to beat her on back that road. Got about 4.5 to 5 miles of rough terrain. Oh, wish me luck. All right, boys, we're into it now. I gotta tell you, this is a pretty heavy load. By looking at it when I was up there shoveling it, unfortunately, it's pretty wet. I'd say it probably just came right off the crusher when they brought it to their little quarry. So yeah, she's a heavy load. That's for sure. We got our work buddies back here. It's our long haul friends there. So you can see lots of rocks poking up. And those are all potential tire puncture little buggers. So we're probably 1.5 miles, I'd say, into this right now. We've got another 2.5, 3 miles to go. And honestly, once we get into my camp, there's a couple soft spots. This is nice and solid, but this is like the worst time of year to be hauling heavy loads into my property, because the ground just isn't set up yet, and there are some soft, spongy spots, and you've got all this weight behind you. You can get hung up. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But you got her in 4 low, and I don't have my diff locked right now, but when I get back, after I cross my little brook and I gotta go up that hill that is a bit soft there, I might pop my diff in and lock that up because we're going up that hill. But yeah, so far so good. We'll try to avoid these trees here that are leaning in the road. I think I'll cut some of these on my way out. I'm pretty sure I got the chainsaw in my toolbox back there. Another one there. We had some ice the other day and a little bit of wind. Got some trees across the road. Truck's got a few scratches on it now for sure, but I want to try to minimize them as much as I can. Some of this road's definitely got to be cut out. I actually cut some of this out 2 years ago, a couple pretty decent sections, but you can't keep up with it. I may potentially bring my mulcher in here and do a quick little cleanup. Well, I'll say quick. It takes an hour and a half to get in here with the machine. Hour and a half to 2 hours to get in here with the machine going wide open. You throw the mulcher on and you start mulching your way in. You're gonna be a full day just picking away at it. Not really doing a great job, but it would be nice to have some of these sections cleaned up a bit. Some of it you can do by hand, but the mulcher would do pretty quick work. I mean, this is mainly used as an ATV trail, but other than people who have camps back here and people want to bring their Jeeps in and stuff to go off-roading, but it's mainly used as an ATV trail. But some of these turns are starting to get pretty grown in, and you've got one machine coming around the turn going faster than what they should be, and you've got another one coming the opposite way, and if they're not hugging to their side, it can be bad. People tend to travel pretty quick on this section of road here on the bikes. But anyway, alrighty, so here is where she starts getting pretty soft and spongy. This next little section, and then going up that hill there. In the summertime, this is set up nice and hard, but right now it's like this every year. There's no ditch on this side, and then the water, the snow and stuff melts and just lays there. A lot of work to put a little ditch in there. I might have to eventually, but it's not at the top of the list right now. Alright, let's cross this little brook, climb this hill. I don't have my diff locked right now. Go. We got her, boys. We got her. Oh. Yeah. She's getting soft through here right now. You'll see one spot up here where I've got some 2-inch stone right there because there's a big friggin' sharp rock that I couldn't get out, piece of ledge. And I punctured a tire on that last year, so now I filled this spot full of gravel. I'd love to have about another 2,000 ton of gravel back here. Fix this road up. And as you can see, it's not easy to get stuff in here. And this spot here is soft this time of year. right through here. Definitely like to get a few loads for there. Get a few loads for going across the wetland, little wetland here. And when I built my road, I had nowhere to turn around, so I had to back around this turn. Oh God, probably 80 times to get the material up to here. Oh, now I do barely have enough room to get turned around right here, but I am gonna try to make like a 15-point turn and get turned around up here today. Alright, I gotta move some stuff out of the way and see if I can get right in there and get this dumped. Well, shit, boys. I didn't even get any footage of where I dumped the gravel. But I got in and out of there no problem. The only thing was I did have to shovel some more gravel to the back of the trailer because it still wouldn't dump. That was a heavy load. He had her jammed in the front big time. But yeah, I didn't even show you. But I think I'm gonna grab another load and take in and have in there just for dressing up around the front of the shed. So if I do, then I'll show you when I get back there. Alright boys, we're heading back in. We got our second load on now. This was loaded much better. They used, it was a different guy. He used a smaller loader and he's got it pretty much perfect. To be honest, it could be a little bit more to the back, but he's got it pretty much perfect. So another 4 yards on back. We're beating our way in through here. I did stop on the way out and I cut about 10 trees out of the road. There was a couple that were down and people were just continuously driving over, and there was a bunch that were sticking out in the road that people were just, you know, driving around. And it seems like if I don't cut it out of the road, no one's going to. So we're done now. So everyone else, don't worry about the trees in the road. It's taken care of. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna head back in, get this load dumped, and then that is it for me today. I'm just trucking gravel in, basically. And then I gotta go do some work. Alright boys, here we are. I messed up again, so I forgot to get the second load recorded too. I got a phone call about a emergency electrical job at a site, and it just completely blocked my brain off from recording anything. So anyway, I got 2 loads in there, 2 loads done. So we got tons of gravel in there. We were set up and ready to go. Start working on the deck. And here's what I'm working on right now. So I'm in here staining the boards that's going to be going on for the siding for the shed. So tongue and groove I'm going to use for siding for the shed. So I'm using a water-based polyurethane stain right here. It goes on pretty good, and it's basically just a clear satin finish. So these ones here are done, 1 coat. I will put these boards on and then put 1 more coat on once they're actually on the shed. But yeah, that's that. Tony's helped me out here. But anyway guys, that's it. So as you can see, my equipment gets used very rough and it's holding up unbelievably good. I mean, at this point, that trailer is just unreal. So if you're in the market for a trailer, a dump trailer, definitely go with the Big Tex. I can't recommend it enough. Like I love that. I love that trailer. But yeah, anyway guys, that's it for now. Take care, stay safe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.